Well, howdy there, the internet. It's your boy Trae Crowder here. If you're not familiar with me, this is what I do. I sit right here and I redneckily roast the right. I heard this was a fancy affair, so I got a little gussied up for the occasion. One of my very bestest hats. You can see that there. But yeah, it's a weird time to be a stand-up in this country. It sort of feels like doing comedy on the deck of the Titanic, you know, which, let's be honest, a little less dignified than playing violin music on the deck of the Titanic. Me and all the other liberal comics are standing up there looking at each other like, gentlemen, it's been an honor calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a Neanderthal with you this evening. But it is a weird time in this country. I overheard my teen sons talking about tariffs in their bedroom the other day. Do you know how wild you got to get with tariffs to make middle school boys bring that shit up? Like, there ain't no tariffs in Fortnite. You know, but I did. I overheard the 13-year-old say to his brother, he was like, yeah, I heard Trump is doubling the tariffs on China. And his little brother said, and I'll never forget this, he said, huh? Which is what he says to everything. So his older brother explained, he's like, yeah, they're like a tax on imports. If you buy something from another country, you got to pay like a tax on it. So Trump is doubling that tax on things from China. And the 12-year-old goes, bro, everything's from China. How much more do they expect people to pay? So you got two middle school boys, right? Arguably the dumbest iteration of humanity. And it took them less than 30 seconds to land on why this shit sucks so much. All right, so thank God for that. I guess I'm glad they got the right politics. You know, I mean, their first real introduction to Trump was last year during the campaign. And before the first debate they watched, I was worried. I was like, man, you know, like, their brains ain't fully developed. They don't understand how things really work in the world. That's his target demographic. Like, what am I going to do if they love this? You know, I was so worried. But throughout the whole debate from the other end of the couch, I just kept hearing like, bro, what? Is he serious? Why is he orange? What's happening right now? Right? So, yeah, thank goodness for that. I don't know that however old I get that I'm going to really be able to understand the appeal that Trump does have to so many adult Americans, you know, because to me, it's like, if he was like Josh Hawley or somebody like that, like, I would still hate that person, but, you know, his suits fit and he knows how words work, like, just would feel a little different. But with Trump, I just don't, man, like, he's starting shit with Canada, y'all. Canada, us starting shit with Canada would be like Frodo punching Sam in the balls and threatening to take all his taters. You know, it's crazy. I just can't believe that they won again, you know. I don't know what it was. I don't, but I know what it wasn't. Celebrity endorsements. That clearly didn't get it done for the left. I mean, everybody knows the left has all the best celebrities on it, right? I mean, it's always been funny to me to watch people on the right act like that isn't objectively true. Like, you'll see them on Twitter and they're like, you know what? Screw Robert De Niro. He sucks anyway. You know who's a real thespian is that Kevin Sorbo. That's who we like. In our household, we celebrate Scott Baio's entire filmography. That's what we do. Yeah, they're just not working with the best stable over there. You know, one of their big names, Hulk Hogan, he's a headliner for them. He goes up at the RNC and brings Trump on stage and rips his shirt open like a goddamn cage match is about to start, because that's the timeline we're all cursed to live in, is one where things like that happen, unironically, right? But what I did like about that, though, was watching all these, like, stuffed shirt Republican politicians having to pretend they really enjoy all this trashy shit that's going on with their party. Like, Mitch McConnell's there watching that, like, well, I've always been a Hulkamaniac, brother. Always love the Hulkster, bro. You know what I mean? Like watching Ted Cruz having to act like he really likes the way Kid Rock's music sounds. It's funny. It's like, no, you don't. You don't like the way that sounds, Ted. I know you don't, because it's not the muffled pleas of your victims, all right? But yeah, I don't know. Either way, they did win. You know, now they're pursuing their agenda, among many other things. They're trying to root out DEI. They hate DEI. And when you just say that, it sounds like any other three-letter acronym, you know. But DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I just feel like those are three kind of weird things to hate that much, you know. I kind of feel like it makes you seem like an asshole hating those types of things out loud. And I really do think if you just use synonyms in most other scenarios, most Americans would agree with what I just said. Like if you're on a first date with somebody and they asked you, what are some of your values? And you're like, well, I value variety, fairness, and being welcoming. And they were like, fuck you. Fuck everything about all that. That shit's un-American. You'd be taken aback. You'd be like, I thought everybody liked those things. This guy's a crazy asshole, right? That's what you'd think. And that's kind of the universal experience for us lefties in 2025, constantly having to come to terms with just how crazy the assholes are we are surrounded by in this country. Either way, that's my time. Thanks for watching. My name's Trae. Enjoy the rest of the show. Love you like chicken. See you. Bye.